Michelle and Harper here. We're going to be talking about puppy-proofing the home today. Are you ready for your new puppy? Well, the real question is your home ready for a new puppy? Now, I'm talking about potty accidents and chew hazards and a ton more. So today's topic, all about puppy-proofing your home. Just like baby-proofing, this is a really important part of preparation for your new creature to come into your home. And there's a few things that you want to do before your puppy even comes into your home. Michelle here with how to train a dream dog. Now, before we talk all about puppy-proofing tips and all that you need to know, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss when another video like this one goes live. I probably don't have to convince you of the importance of puppy-proofing. Obviously, we do it for the safety of our puppies. Puppies show up already mobile, curious, and they want to put everything in their mouths. And the instinct to put everything in their mouths is strong. Puppies could accidentally get into something toxic though, like toxic plants, or find some human food that's bad for him or her, or eat something that can cause an obstruction, like cushions or pillows, or even chew on electrical cords, causing an electric shock. Now, all of these things are huge hazards and expensive to address if your puppy has to go to the vet. You also have the responsibility to protect your puppy from accidental injuries. This could be a tumble down the stairs, or if they fell off the couch, or maybe get wedged somewhere where they would get stuck and that it's too hard to get out of, or maybe even falling into a pool. Am I making you a little worried? I don't mean to, but wondering how to keep that little one safe in one piece? Don't despair. With the help of 18,000 of my closest friends in my Facebook group, I've got some great examples for you today. They've graciously shared photos with me that will show you their puppy-proofing hacks. And then I'm also going to give you some great ideas for how you will keep your puppy safe. But I am an educator, so with a few of these photos that I'm about to share, we're going to make some suggestions for improvement too. Now, it's all done for the sake of puppy safety and education, and not to be a negative Nelly or be judgmental. Before we get started, I want to give you 2 other good reasons to puppy-proof your home: to prevent accidents and to prevent habits forming that you will want to break later. Too much room to roam or too much space to wander out of your sight, and a puppy is likely to have more accidents. So while you're potty training, restricting your puppy's freedom when you aren't able to be attended is key to success. And while you're potty training, you'll also want to absorb all the great information in this free new puppy starter kit. So after you're done watching this video, go access that right away. The link is in the description below this video. In addition, when we're working through puppy behaviors that you don't like, such as jumping on furniture or chewing on things you'd rather they didn't chew on, or chase or bite kids or cats, we actually have to prevent the behavior from happening while we're training through it. And that means blocking off access to furniture or cats until your pup has had enough practice with the training that he can successfully control his impulses. It's kind of like when you decide to eat healthy. It's best not to have all those tempting treats around that will really test your willpower. Now, develop some good eating habits first and build up that impulse control muscle, and then you might be better able to resist once you get the hang of the new routine. Now, there's a balance to managing the space for a new puppy. I mean, it is important for puppies to spend time outside of the pen and the crate. Time with humans, exploring new spaces, and doing normal puppy things. It's really important. There are behavioral and physical issues that can stem from extreme isolation. So it will be important to meet your puppy's needs for exercise, mental stimulation, and social engagement throughout each day. So before we get started reviewing some puppy-proofing photos, be sure to check out this video on all the crate training tools that I recommend, including which crate I think is best, and the supplies you're going to want to have on hand. And if your puppy is struggling while in the pen or the crate, you can check out my online course for some great lessons on how to build their confidence so that you can step away. Okay, let's just jump right into some great pictures that can show you puppy-proofing in real life. This is Diggs. It looks like Diggs is a pretty young puppy, so I like this space because it's pretty small. Notice the extra flooring under the pen and the crate? That protects the floors from the home. Now, this looks like a great mat, and the cover on the crate is great too. So this seems like it's going to be a really nice cozy spot for Diggs to rest. Now I do think I see a snuggle puppy in there too, which is also great. Now I would advise this owner that Diggs should not wear a harness when he's in the crate. This could actually be a safety issue. And it looks like there's water in this spot as well, which also means he's going to be drinking a lot or making a mess playing in the water dish. So maybe outside of the pen would be a better place for that water dish. Once Diggs gets access to more of the house, he might really enjoy those plants that I see there. So I think the owner is going to likely have to move those to another area or have a gate around them. Okay, one last thing. I always recommend a crate cover that hangs down just a few inches away from the crate. So curious pups have been known to chew on that cover and pull it into the crate. It makes a mess and it's really a safety hazard. It does look like Diggs has a lot of fun toys in there, including some rope toys that are going to be great for him as he gets bitey. All right, this next one, this is Biscuit, and I love this setup. It seems to be in the living room, which is great. It's not isolated, but it's also not in a real busy spot like the kitchen either. This pen is not attached to the crate, and that's totally okay. Some households find it works better to have the two items separate. And you can see that they have some linoleum down to protect the carpet. And notice it's a little bit bigger than the pen. That's actually perfect. This pup has a lot of good things in his pen, including the snuggle puppy, a Kong, and even a chew toy. Well done. Looks like he's pretty relaxed in there too. All right, this guy might actually be able to climb these bars on this pen, but maybe he won't. That's just something for them to watch out for. And that's one reason that I recommend the white pen with the vertical bars. Pens like this one are easy for pups to climb. This owner gets extra bonus points for getting a floor color that matches Biscuit. All right, this next example of puppy proofing that will probably last a lifetime. Jackie put up some plywood to block off access to the TV cords. Nice job, Jackie. This is awesome. This is a great thing to do when your pup starts getting into a little bit more freedom in the house. These cords are dangerous and also pretty tempting to puppies. So I applaud Jackie for keeping Cooper safe with this arrangement. All right, this next one, this is the setup for Dodger. You can see the owner blocked off access to a carpeted area that has stairs. Well done. And in the other room is, let's see here, another set of gates that keeps Dodger confined to the area with no carpet. This is a nice area for Dodger. It also is going to protect the owner's home too. Notice the vertical bars in this black gate. I love it. I think this is really going to be great for this pup. 2 thumbs up. All right, next up, Elsa did great in this DIY hack. Her stairs are pretty wide, so they used the rails of an old baby crib to block off access for her pups. Great job. Here's another puppy proofing hack from Jackie. Cooper, he's a little older, so he's getting some more freedom in the house. But he just could not leave this table leg alone. It was too tempting for those little land shark teeth. So Jackie actually took apart a different gate and she laid it on top of the legs that were too tempting. Well done, Jackie. Nice job. All right, look at this setup here. This looks like they're getting ready for a new puppy. We've got the snuggle puppy and the crate attached to the pen. Woohoo, nice work. Now, I would make sure that the floor covering goes all the way past those gates. It's hard to tell, but this floor covering might be a fabric kind. I'm not really sure. This could actually soon turn into a chew toy or a sponge for potty accidents. I'd actually recommend linoleum instead. It's much easier to clean up. I like that the water bowl is outside the pen, but I'd also remind this owner not to forget about the crate cover and keep the dog beds out for now. And this also seems to be in the corner of a dining room, which is probably a great spot for the pen. Nice work. These really are some great examples. I hope you're learning a lot about how you can set up your puppy's space and adjust it for him or her as he grows. All right, this next one, this is Logan. Logan's owner created a little pen for Logan out of a hallway area. That's creative. Looks like he has a little bit of room to hang out, or he can go in his cozy crate. Yes, I love it. That's awesome. Nice hack there. Okay, notice the hack here. With the higher gates so Logan can't jump over the crate, it takes some creativity, that's for sure. And Logan might be able to get over the other gates pretty soon though. So the puppy parent is gonna have to keep an eye on this. This gate could also be a little easier for him to climb. So this is where the owner can do some additional training to build up Logan's confidence while in the pen. And this can actually help prevent gate jumping. But Logan seems like he'll stay put to me, don't you think? You're such a good boy, Logan. All right, here's another puppy proofing hack. Charlie here is not allowed in the kitchen. And that's a great idea because dogs in the kitchen may find a lot of tempting items, especially as they grow and they learn to get on those counters. Charlie's going to be able to jump over this gate pretty soon. So now would be a good time to start working on teaching him an alternate option other than jumping over it. One good idea might be the go to your bed cue. All right, here's another great setup for a household with cats. Thor actually has some feline friends, but he's not allowed to get into their food or their litter box. So Thor's owner set up this little area just for the cats, and Thor cannot get to those tasty items. Well done. This one looks pretty easy for the owner to go in and out, so that's even better. Now I do have a feeling this might be a permanent arrangement for Thor and the cats. If this were in my house, it definitely would be. Giving each animal their own space is really a key to peaceful household with multiple pets. This video will give you a lot of great info on that topic. Now, you might think that once your puppy grows up a little bit, you can do away with all those gates. Maybe, maybe not. This is Lincoln. He's almost 2, and his parent, Allison, still uses this gate on the stairs. He likes to venture into the bedrooms of the kids and find things to chew on. They aren't so good at closing their bedroom doors, so this is how she keeps him and the kids' items safe. So, you see, sometimes you'll have gates up all the time. Other times you can train the dog or the kids to leave tempting items alone. Your mileage may vary. In my home, we still use gates because Harper, my 8-year-old Great Dane here, she actually slips on the hardwood floors around the rest of the house. So she needs to stay in her part of the house here with the non-slip floor. Her space is also blocked off, as you can see, so Pickles and Wesley, my other 2 dogs, don't pester her while she's resting. At 8 years old, she's actually considered an old lady now, and her hips and her joints are definitely showing their age. She's sore and she's achy these days, so keeping rowdy pups out of her space is a must. Harp. So, you've seen a lot of different options here, and it's probably going to give you some great ideas for how to set up your home. Alright, here's a quick summary of all the great tips sprinkled throughout this video. Ready? Here we go. Vertical bars are better for puppy pens, as they are harder for pups to climb. Use linoleum or plastic or rubber mat under the pen and crate, and make it bigger than the area of the puppy's space. Make sure to cover the crate for comfort and coziness, but make that cover hang far enough away that the puppy can't pull it in. Crates and pens don't have to be attached, but for pups who are struggling to love their crate, it might be a good option at first. Be sure to keep hazards out of the crate and the pen area. This includes bedding, harnesses, collars, dog clothing, toys with fabric that can be ingested, and food and water dishes unless you're supervising. Now, since you won't be supervising 100% while they're in their crate or their pen, you'll want to be safer and careful. Also, be sure to keep your yard puppy proofed as well by blocking off access to plants and flowers that can be toxic to dogs. Never leave your pup outside unattended where they can eat and ingest things like plants I mentioned, or rocks, or where they can chew on decking or patio furniture. And if pup has access to the garage, be sure all chemicals are picked up and out of the way of curious pups. Make sure you periodically check your fencing for holes or areas where your pup can sneak under and out. Now, this is another reason we stay out with our dogs and we never leave them out there unsupervised. All right, did you get all that? Are your creative juices flowing for how to set up your house for a new puppy? When in doubt, get down on your dog's level and look around from their perspective. You'll see a whole different view of things that may get them into trouble if you don't block them off or put them away. In the comments below, tell me one tip you use to keep your home puppy-proofed. Is she sleeping? Did you fall asleep on me?